Ernie cat.
Big pharma studies got a shiny glow. Truth doctor look, don't you know? Mega giants counting cash stacks high while the little guys are left to die. Wake up, they're feeding lies. Control the media's got you hypnotized. Trust authority, they'll take your soul. Break the chains, find your own control. Politicians and celebrities make deals behind closed doors. Promises broken in their income source. Hidden agendas run the grand parade. In the circus, choose a masquerade. Believe me, I wouldn't lie. I've been given money, power, and fame to keep you in line.
Welcome, everyone. I'm here today with Nick, my buddy. He's like in Paris or something, someplace in Europe. And bro, relax. Let me talk first. So anyways, we're going to be talking about jobs that AI can't replace. And then we'll be talking about some other stuff, whatever comes up. All right. So everybody's freaking out because of AI. It's coming to take our jobs, and kids don't know what to study in school. Everybody is like worried. Coding, everybody used to say, learn to code, bro. And now you can't learn to code because that was already taken by AI. Everybody's mad because all the fun, creative jobs are already taken by AI. Writing, art, lots of stuff, dead. And now the movie industry is completely under, so you can't even become an actor anymore. I mean, you could, but probably like for way less money, way less fame. And it's just like, it's not what it used to be. So AI has shifted the economy, and this type of thing has happened before when the tractor was invented. I think 41% of US jobs were gone overnight, something like that. I believe that was the stat. So now we have to see what we're going to do forward, what the next generation is going to do, what we're going to do, because we're like old, but like we might have to pivot in our careers or, die on the streets. Good times. All right. So, yes. How are you going to afford those AI girlfriends, though? Because we're going to need a job to pay for them. I don't think they're going to be very cheap. You might have to like upgrade them, and you're probably going to break them because I know you guys. It's definitely going to happen. So anyways, UBI is not enough to afford an AI girlfriend unless it's like fully online. But like if you want the robot for the full girlfriend experience, you know what I mean? You're going to have money. Yes, it's Nick. Are you going to say something? Say something. What's up?
What is it, Ben?
I don't know. Just so anyways, what do you think about the AI coming to take our jobs? Do you think like anybody, like when we were in school picking majors and stuff like that, we didn't know anything about like the future, what was going to be a good job. I think everything that they told us what would be a safe job was wrong even back then.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why are you here? Write us a song about being broke because we picked the wrong career. That's what we should do. But anyways.
But if everyone's worthless in the new economy.
Oh God, here we go. The black pill. Go on.
No, it's kind of a good thing.
Why is it a good thing?
Because we'll all be in the same boat, practically. Most of us will be in the same boat.
Drowning or starving in the streets together.
What are they going to do? Kill us all? Kill us all? Like
Jesus, don't say that. Plus, they might. Let's not joke about things that are a possibility. Let's try to find something useful that we could do So I have a list. You tell me if you think I'm on the right track. All right. Hear me out. Just let me give my suggestions before you trash them, because I can already feel you bubbling. Give me a second. All right. All right. Okay. So these are the jobs that I think might be okay, right? So like maybe things that you absolutely need a human connection. Apparently a girlfriend is not one of those things. Apparently a girlfriend is not something that people give a crap about if there's a human connection or not. Apparently it's not a requirement, but there are, theoretically, we would like to think, jobs where human connection is required. So I'm thinking things like maybe a social worker go out to someone's house and see what kind of services they need. Maybe that will still be needed. Maybe like hospice workers. Maybe like I don't know, like, okay, in Japan, they're a little bit ahead of us. They actually have jobs for people that hug other people that don't have any human connections. You can get a job. Jesus Christ. So anyways, so there's less. We should just never have a topic. So there are jobs for people to hug people because they are missing human connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is really sad, but it's an actual way that you can make money. So like obviously the oldest profession, we all know what that is. We don't need to talk about it. That's still going to be a thing.
Yeah.
It's never going to go away. Oh, I haven't told you this, but do you know that in Japan, which they're ahead of the US and the West already with how the world has ended, basically. And what happens is the young, attractive women work in these places. I don't know what they're called, some Japanese word, obviously, where like you hang out with like usually single older men and kind of like just talk to them. Like your job is just to have conversations with them, and they pay you to sit with them and have conversations. And those type of clubs or spaces are only open from like 12 to 2 in the morning or something like that. So lonely guys will go after work to talk to these young 20-something-year-old girls. They'll be like 45, 50, whatever. They'll talk to the girls, give them money.
Mm-hmm.
And then those girls will take the money that they earned and go to an after hours club where they give it to really hot, young, eligible looking hot guys, right? For their attention.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's single.
So
This is the end. Huh?
It's a circle of prostitution.
Yes. So,
kind of.
And I have been telling these freaks forever that the highest level in the hierarchy of hoes is a hot guy. Period. End of story.
Why?
Because who's the last one who gets the money? It's the hot guy. It's the hot young guy. It's the hot young guy.
Where?
It's the hot young guy. In Japan, I'm telling you. I just freaking told you. It's like, why do you listen? Why don't you listen?
What about the rest of the world and the rest of time and the rest of human existence on this planet? It's always been women. Women have control. Who gets money who makes the most money on OnlyFans? Men?
Have you ever heard? Yes, but that's because women don't pay. We already know that as a society, women don't like to pay, but they will pay in person. They're not going to pay online because that's not what they want. They want the in-person.
They don't have to pay.
attention.
I mean, that sounds like a rumor you heard about whatever's going on.
No. This is a real thing from my
probably
friend
like
in Japan.
Club, though. It's probably
it's not. It's a big thing. These girls
women don't have to pay. Women don't have to pay. Or if they do, it's really rare.
This is the fall of society. You don't understand. We're at the end. This is the glorious end.
Women probably pay for other women.
No,
so
they
women
don't.
would pay for
Women
other
hate women. What are you talking about? Okay, YL.
These
What
days,
the heck now?
These days, all the girls under all the girls under 30, it seems, at least here, are like at least bisexual. It's,
Women
don't.
hate each other. Bisexual is a phase. It always ends poorly.
Okay. Chad, women, betas. Okay.
Thank you.
And they get money from men. Cat, yeah, you see? Yeah, I know. I have to deal with it. What I have to put up with.
Oh my gosh. Oh yes, women will pay for a man to sit there and pretend to find them interesting. This is the difference. Men just want one thing. We know what that is.
Unattractive women, but I mean, attractive women, I think for most of their lives, until they get to like 40 something, attractive women, or even like mildly attractive, decent looking women, have people listen to them just because they're hot, just because people are trying to get into their pants, a lot of them. And then when they get into their mid 40s, then yeah, maybe they come to the rude awakening, like, wait a minute, nobody's listening anymore because no one's trying to sleep with them anymore. But their odds are still much better than guys all the time, like 9 times out of 10.
Only young hot men. So if you're in your 20s and you've got a 6-pack, you know what I'm saying? Women will pay for you to listen to them complain about their lives. That is a service that is going to come in the future, in the very near future, like when the cyberpunk reality hits
other
us
jobs? You said, I think your title's 30 jobs. What are the other 29 jobs, Kat?
Hold on. Hands-on trades. People like to say that the robots can do anything, right? The reality is fine motor skills and be able to pivot and do things quickly, they suck at. It's probably going to be another 50 years for that to work out. So robots are not going to be electricians, plumbers, anything that fine motor. It's not going to happen. They can do one thing over and over, and that's it, period. So we are safe. If you have any sort of skills like that, you'll be okay, especially if it's in a house, because every house is going to be different. Maybe the previous contractor messed up and someone has to fix it or whatever, figure out what's going on. No robot can do that. You are 100% safe. Hands-on trades, you are safe.
Cutting hair,
I feel like for a long time will not be touched, because I don't think anyone wants automated scissors flying around their head.
No.
It's not going to happen. It is too scary. Even if you have a 99% success rate, nobody wants to be the one guy with the ear flown off.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
It's bad enough having to trust a human being with scissors and razor blades,
Yes. Yeah. So you're okay, guys. You can join the hands-on trades, or you can be the Chad that all the chicks are giving the money to.
Or what about entertainment?
Yeah.
What about entertainment?
Oof.
Like live entertainment. Because
okay, yes. That's my number 3 category. So that's going to have all your creative work that is not, unfortunately, it's not a digital art or anything digital related. That's gone. Forget it. You're toast. Music, you're toast. Anything that
recorded music.
Anything recorded is over. We're done.
Live music, though.
Yeah.
Live music is you can't.
Well, DJs are still a thing. People like DJs. They don't have any talent. They're pressing buttons. Paris Hilton is a DJ.
Right, but don't you think that the value of live music will rise because people get dated? Because everywhere you go, you can get electronic music and it's free, and AI can make a never-ending supply of music, recorded music. People are going to want to see people actually play an instrument.
But it's going to be how many times do you go to the orchestra? To the symphony. It's not as popular, but a few people who are like, I'm elitist. they will go to do that. But it's not going to be like regular everyday people, and it's not going to be something that's very common. These people are not going to be famous outside of the little niche industry. It's not going to, it's just, we don't care as much.
But we'll
Like,
still be able to make a living.
okay, first of all, like ballet, like ballerinas, they don't really, maybe like the top 1% ballerina makes a living because they then go on to teach. But for the most part, you do it in your prime and then they kick you out. So it's not really a long-term thing. And you do it because you love it. You don't do it because you're going to make a living. But comedians, 100%, you are safe. AI is not funny, and people like the
I
humanity
don't think
of
so. I
people.
disagree.
What?
I disagree. I disagree.
Why?
Because people are going to get so oversaturated with like the reels and stuff they find on social media, and they're going through them like, you know, 1,000 per what, like 10 minutes they go through 1,000 or more, and it's all, you know, new punchline. They're constantly going to be laughing or not laughing, and I think people are just going to get bored, and they're just not, it's going to get harder and harder to make people laugh, and they're not going to be willing to pay to go see someone tell jokes. They're going to find that, I think future generations are going to find that kind of lame. They're going to be surprised, they're going to be shocked that when we tell them that people used to get paid to tell jokes on a stage.
I think absolutely wrong. No offense. People people love comedians now. They have become the new, like, who is famous, like music, like rock stars, right? They're like the new rock stars. They're getting more views, like the famous ones are getting more views than even like rock stars used to, because they like the hangout vibe. Comedians are funny on the fly. They have really high social skills, social IQ. They're able to have good conversations and be humorous.
It's like music again.
Look,
It's like
here we go.
Okay. Well, name a comedian that you think has staying power. Who's going to stay famous and
Tom
make?
Segura. Do you know who that is?
I don't.
Okay, so don't tell us about comedy. Come on.
Well, if anyone's like me, I mean, I see these people. I watch them from home, like online. I don't need to go to a club to see them. You know, I'd rather not. I'm not interested in that. I don't know how many people are like enough to make a career out of. I don't think so. Maybe the lucky ones. It's just like music. The lucky ones, yeah, you'll have people who make it, people who are successful, but it's not going to be like a secure job for a lot of people. You're talking
You
about
do.
jobs like that are safe, that are AI safe. I don't think that's a really good example. I think that's for a small minority of people who are actually
Oh, no,
funny,
for sure,
who can stay famous for an extended period of time. Because yeah, you're funny. Look at the Haktua girl. How fucking
She was
long.
not funny. She said one
She was
comment.
funny
It
for
was
15 minutes, you know, and
Yeah,
you know,
but
she was
that's not a
disqualified.
comedian. That's not a comedian. You can't. That's a meme.
Well, there you go. But you know, like who has longevity? Who can say who has longevity in that kind of field? You know,
Actual comedians. What are you talking about?
actual comedians. What percentage of the population are they? And how is this miraculously going to turn?
Look. I'm not
a
saying that.
significant
I'm not
amount?
saying. I'm not
You
saying
make it sound like it's
these
as
are the jobs everybody can do. I'm just saying
you put it in
AI
the
can't
same
take it over.
category as being a fucking plumber. If you're a plumber, you probably say
No, I didn't put it in the same
comedian.
category.
It's
Oh
like
my
flipping
god.
a coin or throwing a coin in the fucking wishing well. You're not going to make it, chances are. You know what I mean? And if you do, you're not going to stay famous. Like, think of the likelihood of one gaining like traction, right? Getting an audience, a big audience, and keeping it for long enough to make enough money to retire. You got to last like your entire career making people laugh. People get sick of you these days. People get sick of shit faster and faster. They'll be sick of you within like 2 years minimum, maximum.
Okay, look. You guys are not understanding. I am not saying these are jobs that you should quit your job to do. I'm saying if you do these jobs, AI can't replace them. Try to focus.
What
Right.
makes you think AI can't replace comedians?
They're just not
recorded all this
funny
stuff.
because they don't have real world experience.
No, because there are too many
What makes
barriers.
a comedian
Just say
funny? Talking
PR,
about something.
PC.
What?
Because it's too PC now. But wait until it gets into the wrong hands, which will be the right hands for humor. They think about how the potential. They're soaking up all this humor from all these comedians. They've got the power of all the fucking comedians that have ever recorded themselves and have put their material online. That's a tremendous amount of data. It just they learn. Don't underestimate AI. It's in its infancy. Like wait 5 years, it'll be able to learn fucking comedy, like the history of recorded comedy. It'll make you pee your pants. It'll make you shit yourself. Okay. Actually, that's probably a good thing to look forward to. Like we're gonna laugh our asses off.
Good God.
Shit. Okay, I'm. We'll agree to disagree on this one. I don't think comedians are gonna be. I don't think that's like. I'm not gonna tell my daughter to become a comedian. Let's just put it that way.
Nobody said to tell anyone to be one. If you already won, you are safe. At least for like 20 years.
What about strippers? Strippers are probably safe. That's a safe job.
Have
don't
you
to
seen
be-
those robots that shake it now? That China's making?
No, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's gonna take off.
I don't know because I know like you remember those OnlyFans creators, they had AI bots based on them and people were paying a subscription to talk to the AI bot based on the OnlyFans creator and they knew this is an AI bot and they're paying a monthly subscription. Did you just leave? Wow. Did you just get up?
I'm just rude. Yeah.
Wow.
My mom uses ChatGPT as a therapist, and it tells her she's always right. Yeah, yeah. Therapy's gone. Like, no one's gonna go to psychologist anymore or a therapist.
I'm telling you, women love talking about themselves, but they want they need somebody to be there, like a human being suffering for it to like feel good. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I don't really, as a female, you don't want to fix your problems. You just want someone to suffer hearing your problems the way you suffered living through your problems.
Okay.
Like transference.
Well, what's the next job?
Oh my God. Okay. So the next one is probably tattoo artist for a while. I'm thinking because it's on the skin, people might freak out about that. But eventually there'll be probably like a laser that can just automatically just put your little arm on under and it just zaps you whatever you want.
Same thing as a barber though, like or hair.
I feel like the scissors make it a no-go. That's a no-go. Because you have to go around the ear.
Have you ever gotten a tattoo, Kat? Have you ever gotten a tattoo?
Of course not. I'm not
Okay.
trailer trash. What are you guys talking about?
Well, I mean, would you trust a robot to give you a tattoo? It's painful, and if it messes up, well, not to mention that it's permanent, pretty much permanent.
What's my food bill?
I wouldn't know what that is.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah, what is that slang?
What do you guys think I eat? Jesus.
Yeah, well, might as well answer the question that's been put to you.
Kat. I don't know. I don't pay for it.
We talked about that last night.
We talked about how much I eat?
How much you pay for what you eat, I think. No?
I don't remember.
Well, I think it might be code for something that I didn't really get. I'm not with the lingo these days. I guess that's true. That's not entirely false. Entirely false. Yeah. Are you eating now? Are you eating now? Why are they giving?
No, I just finished because my Saturday night streams happen to coincide with dinner time, so I eat on the stream, and they're like, it's like mukbang or something. I don't know.
Well, next job.
Okay. So the next one, I'm thinking anything with ethics, like human ethics, like you need that, like maybe a judge.
Hmm.
They're definitely going to keep all sorts of politicians because you can't pay off a robot to do what you want. So you're going to need someone you can blackmail and pay off.
Yeah,
So that's going to require a human.
that's a good point. Like
Yeah.
lawyers and judges and all that, the whole legal system.
I feel like the people who do the research for the legal stuff, yeah, AI took that away, but the actual ones who like have to speak and appeal to a very human uh whatever, what's it called, of your peers,
Jury.
jury of your peers. Those people, like, they're going to need to talk human to human. It's not going to be the same as like, this is wrong. Like, that's not going to work. Nobody's going to care.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Yes.
Do they think that do they think I'm trying to, it's not like that at all.
What the hell is this?
I'm not trying to, it's not that kind of situation at all. Judge Dredd, there we go. Yeah, that's right. Has way better ethics and objectivity. Hmm.
Okay. What about childcare? Like,
Yeah.
infants and stuff, especially. Like maybe older children, you could have a robot kind of look at them. But I feel like you could probably like use some sort of device to render them like harmless
Hmm.
and then steal the children. So like it's probably not a good idea to leave your kids with a robot.
Yeah. What about police officers?
I feel like yeah, you need a human because the robots can't like really think on the fly yet. It's going to be a long time before that could happen. And even in Demolition Man, there were human cops, right?
Yeah. One thing I really want is for robots to be like bartenders and waiters and waitresses and stuff. I want to be able to go to restaurants where you don't have to deal with people, you know?
What?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind like a robot bartender or like self-serve, you know? Like I can pour my own fucking pint. I don't need a person to pour me a pint. Especially in the US where you have to tip every time, you know, or you end up tipping half the time. Well, it's probably they know. Do they know your husband? Your husband? Do they know you're married?
Yes.
Okay. The chat trolls. Oh. Um. What was I saying? Oh yeah, bars and restaurants. You know, like
Yeah, you know that you literally described Japan, right? That's what they're doing right now. They have a vending machine restaurants that are 24 hours. You go there and you can get all sorts of really good food, not just like junk packaged stuff,
right,
hot stuff. And you don't have to, there's bars that are just vending machines, makes the drink. You said so you don't have to talk to anyone, you don't have to tip anyone.
right. No
It's
one
kind of
gets
amazing.
offended. No one gets offended if you send food back or like there's no room for there's little room for error. Um. Also, I don't know. You always feel bad. I don't like those jobs. It's like,
Here are the jobs, trads. Wait, sorry. Trades,
yeah.
Chad, and police officers. These are your only options, guys. We're screwed. Oh, and you forgot the oldest profession.
Well, strippers too. I think strippers will survive.
There's going to be definitely robot ones, and then there'll be like human one because some people need that.
Well, what about drugs?
Oh, drug dealers, we're going to need those. They're going to
Drug
be
dealers.
they're going to be important to us.
Drug dealers are definitely going to survive.
Oh my God. Anyways, so what I have like a okay. So jobs that AI is taking immediately, customer service. I'm so happy that customer service is gone.
Are you sure about that? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm sure about that.
No,
Sure
well,
about that.
I
Look,
that's
I
when I
had
would.
a package messed up. I did an AI, whatever, chatbot. It's like, oh, I apologize for that. Oh, no, that sounds terrible. It was so nice and considerate. It's like, let me just refund you that right now.
Yeah, just wait till you get a more
Refunding is
nuanced
cheaper
problem.
than hiring people.
Wait till you get a more nuanced problem. Like sometimes AI just doesn't get it, or pretends
Yeah,
to
but
not.
it's rare.
Needs
So you'll
the
have
human.
like 90% AI responses, and then there'll be like 10% that need a human to like sign off on something. But that's like all the jobs are gone, basically. It's a very tiny fraction that will be left.
Okay. Okay.
And anything data analysts, you're screwed. Research, analyzing, unless you're doing the actual in-person research at the time. But if you're researching past research, no, you're done.
Well, restaurants will survive.
Yeah, people like to eat, I would say.
Clowns, clowns will survive. No, I don't know about clowns. You could have an AI clown, can't you? Probably juggle like it's nobody's business, man.
Have you ever
Perfect.
been to Riverboat Playhouse? It was like or Chuck E. Cheese, one of those places. They usually have automated entertainers, right? Like the rat dancing. It's like a robot, animatronics, right? So we've always had animatronics, so that's automated. And the kids still watched it, even though it was the same thing every 25 minutes.
Well, you had a list of 30 jobs, right? Where are we so far on this list?
So we finished most of those. You didn't like any of them. Okay, let's go on to other ones that I think for sure are gone. Anything basic, content writing or SEO writers, anything like that. Generic, listicle people, web filler type writing is gone because AI does it free, fast, and instantly almost. But storytelling, AI really sucks. AI is like unintentionally hilarious because it's so bad. Because it
Yeah.
just doesn't understand nuance of like being a real human being yet. It just can't.
What about arts and crafts, things that what?
This is the list. It's being updated.
Yeah, that's great. Great. It's good to have minutes, minutes takers.
Data analyst, sorry. It's not going to work.
Hmm. What about pilots? Pilots. I don't think people will ever
Pilots,
feel comfortable. I don't think anyone will ever feel comfortable flying on a plane without at least a backup human being. A human being as backup.
actually, fun fact, planes have been automated, at least like the big commercial craft have been automated for years now. Pilots are just there if that system goes down.
Well, that's what I mean. You need
But they're already doing that. So like that's already been automated and we still have the pilots because it does go down a few times in the air, like every other couple flights. We know a few pilots, so that's their job. Their job is to be there if it goes bad.
Okay.
So pilots we'll still need because somebody's got to, be there. Because sometimes there's weather or there's like some sort of like weird things that go on and all the electrical stuff goes out. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Clowns, we do not want. I mean, instead of clowns, put in person, public speaking, and comedians, stuff like that. in-person entertainers.
I got one. I've got one. Sommelier.
Okay.
Sommelier.
Nobody needed them 20 years ago. They're gonna not need them in 50 years.
Well,
They're,
rich people want them though. Rich people will want
know,
them. And you can't train a robot to do that. There's no way because a robot doesn't have a palate. Robot.
But you know why? Okay, look, this is what rich people love pretending to have skills that like you cannot prove. And a sommelier is that. It's basically that. It's like
Well, there you
nobody
go.
can tell if I'm right or wrong because I have like all of these certification levels, meaning that I am right just because I
Yeah.
said so. And
Well,
rich people are
robots
like,
can't do
oh
that.
yes.
For the
It's the same
simple
thing.
reason that a robot doesn't have a tongue. A robot can't taste anything.
Oh, you know, what about this? Street fighting, tournaments, robot fighting. We could go back to like, I don't know, chicken fights or something.
Yeah, I think people would probably prefer that.
Yeah.
Well, normal people. Some people
Yeah.
enjoy watching real people, like
Bread and circus. We need the bread and circus because if we're going to be on UBI, we're going to need some bread and circus. So
UBI,
I guess we all need to be prostitutes.
Wouldn't UBI just lead to hyperinflation? Wouldn't it just keep?
Yes, of course it will. It's just gonna, yeah. UBI it's like if everybody's on government assistance at once. And
Right.
look at government assistance, people. They're not doing well. Let me just say.
Yeah, like I don't like the idea of UBI, but I don't think most people do.
I think art is going to be like painting art, like creating art. I think that's going to be a niche thing. Like if it's physically demanding, wealthy people still will like that because anything that's hard to create, not instant, it still has inherent value. If it takes me like 4 months to make this ginormous oil painting, that's always going to have value versus I just printed this out from like my computer. That's what I see with that. So yeah, like one funny thing is that Etsy started like becoming really big in small oil painting. So you'll see a little 4x4-inch oil painting going for $60. Whereas before, like this wasn't something people thought about or valued, but since all these mass-produced printable art came out, people started like not enjoying looking at them because it was just like so easy, and nobody likes things that are easy to make or easy to obtain. They want to have something that's hard. So now these little, and they're not even that good, all right? No offense, but they're not that great. But people will pay $50, $60 for a teeny little frame that's actually made with real oil paints from a real human being because we love the labor.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier, arts and crafts, things that are obviously handmade because the little imperfections,
Yeah.
People are still going to want that. They're going to want that.
Listen, butt cheeks, I just told you it's already automated, but they're there for emergencies. I swear to God.
Yeah, I said backup. Like you want a backup pilot.
You can't automate backup because sometimes you need to like do stuff or there's situations. God.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of most people. Most people probably wouldn't feel comfortable thinking there's no backup. It's just if the computer crashes, or we crash. I think most people want a human being to be able to sort of drive, fly it the old-fashioned way.
Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, but a robot can't do that. Anything that involves the senses, like your sense of smell, your sense of taste. Robots can't do that. Robots can't smell. Robots can't taste.
Like a perfumer?
Right, a robot
How many jobs are those though?
Well, okay, well, still, we're talking about an entire economy. You're going to have jobs that
they're still going to be. These are still going to be important for society going forward. I already see that happening. So if you look good, with the boob job.
Thai lady boys, I think that's covered in one of the first ones we mentioned, right? Like prostitutes or what was it?
Yeah, the oldest profession, yes.
Yeah, we covered that
Yeah,
one.
we're gonna have zoos, so anyone who can like deal with exotic animals, and it's also we're gonna probably be all on UBI, so we're gonna be in a little tiny micro apartment, so it's just like a cubby space for us to sleep, and we're not gonna be able to have pets in those situations. So probably zoos are gonna include dogs and cats because it's gonna be so hard to find them, and it'll only be like the top 1% that can have a dog and a cat. All right, here's our update. Trads, wait, sorry, I keep saying trads. Trades, chads, police, dealers, clowns, restaurants, pilots, and sommeliers.
What about teachers? Teachers.
Teachers, hell no, they're the most useless, no offense, part of society.
You're gonna trust your. You're gonna entrust.
Yes.
your-
Did you, okay, look, we were home during, the lockdowns and we could see the teachers teaching. Oh my God, these people are brain damaged. And then I found out you can't fire them for not knowing their own freaking subjects because of the school board like protects these people, protects their job. So you can't fire them. So they're just like absolutely terrible. They don't teach anything. They literally are like, figure out what you want to do. Like all of them are like that. Read page, whatever. They don't talk to the children.
I've got to go soon, so let's go down this list. Are there any interesting ones that we haven't mentioned?
Okay, yes, hold on. These are ones that I think are gonna be in the new like society. All right, influencers who build actual communities, not just audience numbers. So if you can make a group where people belong to it and enjoy coming, it's something that a robot can't really replicate because you're getting real like connections, like you are connecting with the audience and the audience connects with each other. I think that's still going to be a thing. Anyone who curates high quality content, like let's say where to find non-toxic products, how to build this, how to make that, how to do something step by step, it's gonna still be something people need because people always need to do stuff. In person event and like retreat organizers, I think that's a huge thing because humans like human connection, human events. I know a family that all they do is organize like the Miami Marathon. The whole year they spent getting up like sponsorships and whatever and famous people to come whatever to the marathon once a year, and they make all their money for the year just doing that. And like other and retreats like silent retreats or disconnect from technology retreats, or anything that's like fun that people can do together and feel like a human and connected with nature and other humans. That's always going to be needed because the more technology, the more that's needed. And then you have purpose-based in-person community builders. So like maybe like an organic food collective, like raw dairy type meetups and stuff like that, where it's, or like, I make the fresh sourdough bread, freshly milled, and you make the raw dairy products, and then you make the cheese, and you make this, and then we meet up and we like swap or talk about it.
What segment of the population is that? What percentage of the population do you think this applies to? Who are we, like, this is just this is your world, Kat. Most people don't think like that, or not aware of that. They don't live like
I'm trying to spread awareness. We're spreading awareness.
Yeah, but it's kind of like me saying sommelier, it's like, yeah.
Okay, just hear me out. Just
What
hear me
world
out.
does it
Just
live in?
hear me out, hooker. All right. The next one, any sort of like wellness, accountability, coaching.
Ben is absolutely right. Ben is absolutely right. I knew that to begin with. I saw 30 and I was skeptical right from the get-go. Like, there's no way in hell they're 30.
Oh my God.
Zookeepers. What kind of job is that anyway? Sorry.
Okay. Okay, we got trades, we got chads, we got police, we got drug dealers, we got clowns, we got restaurants, pilots, sommeliers, Thai ladyboys. We got perfumers, zookeepers,
And then all the bougie
and
shit,
pets. And
all the
pets.
super bougie shit you mentioned that doesn't exist
Bougie
for
shits.
bougie shit that most
Lady
people don't
Gaga,
even
what is this?
understand. You know, like
Okay.
you do
Well,
what?
look,
You pay for
if
what?
listen, if you guys, you have to listen. If you want to make money in a world with huge, massive income inequalities, you have to sell to the top 1% that has all the money. What's
Pet
hard
groomers,
to understand?
pet groomers, pet groomers.
Sure, but there's not enough wealthy people with enough pets. It's not going to be like the same amount. So you have to think about that. How many wealthy people are in your vicinity and what do they want? And that's what you provide. Supply and demand.
I still
Stop
think
thinking about dreams.
I still think you're underestimating live music.
Yes, well, yes, that's a part of what I said before. Anything in person, stuff like that. That's fine. We're always going to need someone to make you fit and healthy. And people like in real life, people to yell at them. It makes people motivated. People,
I've got an idea.
rich people pay to be yelled at.
I've got an idea, Kat. I'm sorry to
Okay. Oh God.
interrupt, but you remember that episode? I think it's the first episode of Black Mirror. You know,
Okay. I
where
don't
they all
remember,
ride,
but
they
go
ride
on.
like they ride they're like spinning machines, and like that's how they create energy, and that's their job, and they just work out all day and they get fit, and and they create energy through
Who?
these dynamos, like
Oh
with
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
that might be, I think they might have been onto something with that. Because you work out, and the
Mm-hmm.
gym, like with your exercise, with your sort of kinetic energy you make, you somehow make electricity. You generate. I know we don't have the technology to make that feasible
I
now,
don't think that's gonna
but if
happen.
we, but that, I mean, fuck, we didn't know that we were gonna have little screens that we could, I could talk to my mom across the ocean on this device. I didn't know that
Yeah,
existed.
yeah.
That would ever exist when I was a 5-year-old. So dream a
Yeah.
little, Cat. Dream.
All right, here we go. Trades, chads, police, drug dealers, clowns, restaurants, pilots, sommeliers, Thai ladyboys, perfumers, zookeepers, influencer, events, organizers, wellness, coaches, and stuff like that. Yes.
Utility,
Okay. We're getting it. We're getting it.
and also utility dynamo gyms. Like dynamo gyms. Let's call them dynamo gyms.
What the hell is that? What does that even mean?
Well, it's like the thing I told you about on Black Mirror, where they just go. They're on the spinning machine.
I don't think anyone's going to pay you for work. And I just don't see that happening. I
No,
don't think it makes anything.
we all need electricity.
I don't know.
If you generate electricity and you work out at the same time, at least you get a free gym membership. That's better than nothing.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna 20 years from now, it's gonna be the most resounding "I told you so" when these
Okay.
become.
Here are other things. I think I said this before, but let's do it again because it's not on the list. So write this down. Handmade, artisan, high quality material goods. They can't be mass produced. They're very detail oriented. You're never going to be out of work.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah, that's the first good one I've heard today, I think.
Yeah, AI is not going to source and shape that local clay. It can't feel the weight of like whatever it's going to hand hammered silver. You're talking about like jewelry with real crystals, wood crafts, natural handmade skincare that goes bad, that can't be mass produced. So like maybe it's only good for 3 months. Nobody's going to mass produce that because it's not cost benefit. But if you can make it, boom, you are good to go. Heirloom type experiences, any sort of like stuff like that, ceramics, cute stuff. Anytime that a rich person can be like, oh my God, look at this, I had it made and blah, 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 by someone like 40 generations of blah, 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 blah. Anytime that they can get that feeling of superiority to their other rich friends, you can make money. All right. Handmade artisans, write that down. Okay. Anything plastic, mass produced, that's for the poor. Rich people don't want that. Luxury. Anyways. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? What do you think? Give me something that you think that a wealthy person would pay.
Well, I gotta go. I gotta go now.
Just
did
give
we
me
go?
one thing before you go.
Massages.
They do have massage machines, but they've had them for years, and I still see people going to the massage therapist because they like somebody suffering for their pleasure. That's a human.
You can't
need.
You can't beat a human masseuse. Like it's a very nuanced kind of. It requires intuition. You need a human being. I don't want a robot fucking needling away at my they don't feel the tense spots on your muscles. Like, no, I don't think a robot could ever do that. You need a human being to massage you, you know.
Okay, what do you can you please answer this question for you?
Yeah, did you sell you caught me.
Did your mom knit that for you?
I wish. Anyway, it's time for me to go. It's been fun, folks.
Hold on. Gym-based electrical generation. Oh, that's your idea.
My
Black
idea.
Mirror idea. I don't think that's gonna pan out, you guys. I would stick to trying to make things with your hands.
Wait
or
and
become
see.
a Thai lady boy. I would say these are where you need to focus your energy.
Just wait and see.
Oh my God.
If only we could get paid for failing.
We'd be so. Influencers, events, wellness, pet groomer, gym-based electrical generation, handmade goods, massages, human touch. Good gosh. Yeah, look, I'm sorry, you guys. There's no better feeling than a human doing what you tell them to do. I'm sorry.
I don't like that.
What do you mean?
I don't like it. Because you know that they secretly resent it and they hate you, and they, when as soon as you turn around, they're gonna.
That makes it better.
No, they might spit
This
in your
is for
food.
you.
A robot won't. A robot isn't going to pee in your soup or spit in your coffee or whatever. That's
They'll
not
just
gonna
electrocute you. Okay, please answer this.
That's right, it is Simon. It's finally someone with some fashion sense.
All right. Okay, guys, I'm glad I've inspired you all.
Well,
Nick, this is for you.
We Oh, there we go. Yeah, add that to the list. They're gonna be like, people aren't. You can't. Well, no, not yet. AI can't do feet yet.
All right, guys. But if you share your robot, if it's a communal robot, I believe we can still give each other STDs through them. Somebody fact check that for me.
You've put thought into this, haven't you, Kat?
I have. Yes. We need a feet finder. Can you show us your feet really quick before you have to leave us? Because
definitely not going to happen.
How are you going to make money in the new world?
Oh, you've given us an abundance of options, Kat. I mean, I'm going to go with Zookeeper. I think I'm going to go with Zookeeper. That's probably the best one.
God, what? All right, you guys, also pet breeders, they're not going anywhere because the elites love their fancy purebred animals. That's always going to be a thing. Oh, and the inflation on purebred animals is out of this world. I told freaking Steven that I wanted to breed purebred Persian cats. years ago, and he made me fix my girls. And now instead of like $3,000 per cat, it is like $13,000 for a high quality purebred Persian cat. You freaking kidding me? You know how rich we could have been by now? But no. He's like, I don't want more litter boxes.
You're really good
We'll
with
buy a house.
You're really good with the bougie ideas, I see.
Yes.
Like,
Look, because look, I think about I'm very realistic. I know that the people with the money, those are your future customers, because your friends, your coworkers, they're all going to be on the street. So
right.
we have to forget about what they care about. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's what the wealthy, the top 1% want, not what your little friends think is cool. We have to
What about
stop
farming? What about farming? Like people are
the
probably
1% wants an artisan handmade
exactly.
cheese. Of
Right.
course, you're going to be set.
They're going to be like, I got this cheese, you know, it's made the same way they made it 500 years ago. And, you know, and breeding cats is a very hard job. So many claw marks and scars. Yeah. Or like, you know, beef that came from a cow that was grass fed and treated like, you know, cows were treated 500 years ago, you know, just free to roam in the fields. No industrial sort of farming, just like old-fashioned farming. That might be a
Okay, guys, you have to be chosen by the Illuminati to be the president. Stop. No, you guys are not going to be president. Stop. Handmade goods, massage, human touch, feet pick, model, pet breeder. Yes, yes. Here we go. Hand massage beef, wagyu, beer feed, hand massage. Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, look, and if all the people with the money are in fact the Chinese, what do the Chinese value? What do the elite Chinese value? They are snobs. So go look on Red Note and see what the elite Chinese are bragging about. Can you do any of these things?
You know, there's another thing I just thought of. Being observed without knowing it, like surveillance, right? Like let's say they've got hidden cameras all over the place, and this is a reality TV show, and they're watching us make fools of ourselves when we think we're alone and when we think no one's watching, and there's like a reality TV show and they're paying for this. We're not getting paid, but you know, someone's getting paid for it. That's an idea. So like a sort of secret reality TV show where people's privacy is totally invaded, and people pay for access to that, you know, just to watch people do things when they think nobody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I did. And now I need to go, Kat. So if like you said you needed me to stick around for a while.
Yes. All right, guys. So thank you all for being here. You guys are really spying on people. Is 21. All right. Look, we hit most of them. I gave you way more than that. You guys only pick the ones that are the most insane, but that's fine.
MTV AI Cribs. Yeah, Nick needs to go.
Yes.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just a fact. All right. So see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.